Guys, what's up? How's it going? It's John. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Thank you also for being subscribed and for subscribing, as well as turning on that notification bell. That means a lot. Thanks, guys. This video, I want to take a closer look at a miniature-sized Neo Geo arcade cabinet I have. I call it miniature size. Of course, that's a relative term right nowadays because there's ones that are like literally like 12 inches tall now. However, this one I call tabletop. It goes on the table. This is a custom arcade by a company called Xcade. I got it a couple years ago in 2017. This comes from the UK. What's really cool about this arcade machine is it has these face plates, these plates that actually you can basically take off very easily and put customize it. So you can do this one's obviously Neo Geo themed. This is supposed to light up. I don't have the lights connecting, but it does look cool when it's lit up. You can do a Star Wars theme. You can kind of customize it how you want. The company's called Xcade. But the reason for this video, I want to show you what's inside this and what's powering this thing, where the games are all about. And that is thanks to a community called Retro Arena, thanks to my good friend Kirk. And he did this whole interface for me. This was a Pandora's box, which if you guys aren't familiar with Pandora's boxes, those are kind of a single board, almost like a Neo Geo sized cartridge. It's like a JAMA board, and there's like 300 plus games on that, but the games aren't well emulated. It's kind of cheesy. The one I had some XXX titles on it, which obviously wasn't very kid appropriate, right? So upgrade it to what now in this thing is an N2, which is a single board emulation system, I guess you can call it that. It's kind of like, think of like a Raspberry Pi, but this can do a lot more than just your typical standard Raspberry Pi anyway. I know the new Raspberry Pi can do pretty cool stuff too. But what's in this, you can play a whole bunch of different systems. So in this video, I want to kind of show you what this is. Kirk also upgraded the buttons and the joystick. I'll put a link to his channel below in case you want to check him out. He's got a great channel. He does a lot of cool videos on unique games. I really encourage you guys to check him out. I'll also put a link to the Retro Arena site as well below. You guys can check out their group. If you have any questions specifically about the N2 or what they're working on, it's a great community. You can check it out as well. Okay, but without any further ado, let's take a closer look at this cabinet. Thanks. So when you boot it up, this is what you get. This is the interface. This is also created by Kirk. He did a great job with this, kind of laying it out. Very simple. It's all in alphabetical. So different folders. So you have 3DO. There's only 63 games in this folder. I say only 63, which is still a lot of games. Go to Advanced, shows you all the games in alphabetical order. Let's try Slam Jam. You can see how quickly it will load up. Some emulators load up faster than others. It's not too bad. You can see it's starting to load now. Crystal Dynamics made quite a few games for the 3DO. I love the 3DO system. I remember my friend growing up in junior high had the 3DO. Okay. Start. And I remember going to his house and playing the 3DO all the time. Now some of the music audio, it's not totally great on the simulator, but they're definitely improving it.
Hello everybody, I'm being all right, and today...
It kind of reminds me of NCAA basketball for Super Nintendo, but better graphics, obviously. Anyway, we'll escape. Both buttons are escape. Go back. Amiga CD32, which only came out in Canada and Europe, never came out in America, or US, I should say. Arcade Classics, almost 30,000 games on there. Atari 2600, 5200, Atari 7800, Jaguar, which is not quite emulated right. I mean, the music is okay. I'll show you an example. This is a work in progress, so keep that in mind, but of course the first two I show you are the emulators probably are the least evolved at this point, but these are the hardest ones to emulate too, the 3DO and the Jaguar. So this is Alien vs. Predator. You'll notice the audio is a little bit off. Select character. It can be Alien, Predator, or let's do Marine. Let's do Predator. One of the better games for the system, though, in my opinion. So it's playable, but door locked. You can see that it's a little slow, but yeah, still work in progress. I'll show you some other games here. Let's go back. Lynx, one of my first handhelds outside the original Game Boy. This is Atari XE computer, Thomas Wave, ColecoVision, which is one of my favorite systems growing up. Dreamcast, full library, Famicom. This is Phone Burn Alpha, disk drive. Oh, Game & Watch. This is kind of fun. So I'll show you this, how this works. Let's do this one. This is Donkey Kong Jr. This is the panorama screen. Okay. You can also change this jump. So the goal is to get the key in. Oh. To get the unlock your father there. So fun. Hey, see if we can tell it right. Oh! I'm not timing it right. Ah! Anyway, you're supposed to get the key there and unlock it, do it 4 times. You can also enlarge it by hitting this. But I actually like it because it looks like you're playing on a real thing. Gotta love the Game & Watch. See if we can do it real quick. Ah, I missed it. Okay, anyway. You guys get the idea. Pretty quick exit. Game Gear. Game Boy. You can also jump down letters here. Bubble Bobble. Kind of got that. You can't really tell the camera, but the cameras make it look a lot more green than it is. It's almost more of like a light pea green, soup green, kind of yellow like you'd see on the Game Boy. You can do save states too, which is cool. But yeah, the camera's making it look a lot more green than it really is. All right. Game Boy Advance. Sega Master System. Mega Drive. MSX. MSX2. The Naomi. Let's see if there's a game on here I want to show you. Zombies Revenge. Yeah, this is a fun game. Also came out with the Dreamcast. This is basically an arcade version of a Dreamcast. Came out during the same time as the Dreamcast, late 90s, early 2000s in the arcade. This particular game is like House of the Dead, but almost like a 3D, third-person style of House of the Dead. So definitely want to check out if you have a Dreamcast. This is definitely a game to check out. The voice acting in this is terrible, right? That's a House of the Dead music and everything, right? It just takes so many shots to kill these zombies. It's ridiculous. Pick up bullets. Yeah, 3 shots to kill these zombies. It's ridiculous. More than that. 5, 6, 7 shots. Oh, a shotgun, and they fire at you too, which is crazy. If you run out of guns, you can actually fight them in your fist. Antidote. It's timed. Anyway, fun game. Run smooth. Neo Geo CD. Neo Geo. NES. Neo Geo Pocket. Neo Geo Pocket Color. Open bore. I'm not quite sure what this is. Looks like it's a hacks of like fighting games. Oh, CD-ROM 2. NEC. So this is a PC Engine. I'll show you one. I think you guys will all be familiar with. Great game. One of the best intros, but unfortunately, you can't skip it. So, but it's got a great intro. It's in German, subtitled in Japanese. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying, but sounds cool. Especially with the CD soundtrack, the CD audio. One of the better Castlevania games, in my opinion. Here we go, let's start. Here we go. God, the music's so great. Okay, I'm gonna have to play this more after this video because the game's fantastic. Simply put, really good game. PC Engine, PCFX, Pokemon Mini, full library of PlayStation 1 games. Let's check out one I think you guys will be familiar with. I worked at my very first job was at a movie theater, and I worked at a movie theater, and they had this arcade there. And I used to play it all the time. I loved it. It's a little harder to do with a cursor, opposed to aiming and firing. But still, nevertheless, a really great port. Yeah, PlayStation 1 works really well. It's a Teleview, a few of them. Saturn works really well. Like there's Area 51 on here too. A funny game. You may enjoy. See how well it runs. One thing I do appreciate about emulation, especially when it comes to the CDs games like the Saturn and the PlayStation 1, etc., Dreamcast, is CDs will eventually get CD rot. And so this is preserving those games, so we'll be able to enjoy these games down the road in the future, because eventually those CDs will not be able to be played, unfortunately. So that is one positive. Now, of course, I'll go out and buy the game if I really enjoy it. Like Panzer Dragoon Saga, I have a copy. If I truly enjoy a game, I'll go out and support it. Just put some... Figuring out the button layout is always interesting, but it all works. Skip it to get some gameplay here. So yeah, runs well. Sounds good too. Now this particular monitor does not output to 720, but the N2 can certainly do 720. You can even do 1080, although it won't be at 60 frames per second, from my understanding anyway, but I know they're working on that. Still looks really great and sharp though. SG3000, which is basically Sega Master System, essentially in Japan, right? 32X Sega CD. I believe this is a complete library. Here's a classic one. I think Sonic CD is my favorite Sega CD game, though. It's a great game. This is one of the most controversial games. This is Night Trap. Okay, anyway, it's a wild game. But yes, to take my word for it, this works well. Super Famicom, SG100, Super Game Boy, Super Nintendo CD, which has got some upgraded, there was no Super Nintendo CD, but there's upgraded music. For example, Legend of Zelda, this is cool. Not quite sure which one it is. I think it's this one. Fans actually recreated this. Is pretty incredible. And this is running on Super Nintendo hardware. Actually, I have a flash drive, a flash cart for the Super Nintendo, and I'm able to run this ROM literally on the hardware. So it's pretty amazing. Still one of my favorite Zelda games. I know Ocarina of Time is up there too, but this is, in my opinion, better than Ocarina of Time. But it's hard, I know it's hard to say that because it's a great game too, but. Let's go to race. God, the music's great. Check this out. Someone took the time to animate it, do the intro and everything. voice acting and everything.
First harvest. These apples are perfect. Just the right color and shine. Let me see. This is a great start for the season.
And the music, I mean, really, it's just an incredible job.
This has got to be the best apple orchard in all of Hyrule. Everyone's going to travel here to try my apples. Your apples, huh? I've even got a name for the orchard. Oh, yeah? And what is that? Well, it would make sense to name it Link's Legendary Apple Orchard. What's so funny?
Yeah, I might get engulfed in this right now. So, oh man, it's incredible. There's another game on here I want to show you too. Already has a great soundtrack, but this one, you can tell the difference right away, the CD quality music opposed to the standard Super Nintendo music. It's cool again that fans have done this. Love this game. Can you tell the audio there? Like bongo drums and everything. Wait till it gets in chorus. One of my favorite songs is the underwater tune. Waiting for it to get to the main chorus here. Yeah, the music just sounds better. Here we go. It's like a clarinet. Super cool. That's pretty badass if you ask me. All right. Super Mario Turbo, I'm not quite sure what that is. Super Graphics. Here's another one that's great. Only a few games came out for this. This is probably the better one. This is Ghosts and Goblins, probably one of the better home ports of Ghosts and Goblins you can see. This system, Super Graphics, was the successor of the PC Engine in Japan. Only came out in Japan. Pretty rare. I do own a copy of this game, actually, physical copy of this game and system in real life, but it's still a cartridge-based unit. It almost looks like an engine, literally looks like an engine. Game's one of the hardest games. Seriously, one of the hardest games. But great port to the arcade. TurboGrafx CD, TurboGrafx 16, Vectrix, Virtual Boy, Wonder Swan, Sharp Classic. And then, of course, it bundles into different ones like Castlevania games, Capcom games, Diddy's games, Disney games, Donkey Kong games. So yeah, he laid out pretty nice. So this is, yeah, I mean, literally tens of thousands of games on here to choose from. And as I've demonstrated, there's some benefits of emulation, including some upgrades. Also some benefits of playing games that you would normally be able to play, including Japanese imports. Although, like I said before, I'm a physical guy. I love the physical games. Prefer having physical games. So it doesn't deter me from going out and buying games, of course. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'll put a link to the Retro Arena website below, their site, their group. I'll put a link to Kirk's site, YouTube channel below as well. I appreciate you guys watching, guys. We'll see you guys soon. And let me know what are some games you like to see. Maybe I'll do some more streaming and do some gameplay as well. See you guys soon. Take care. And, of course, game on.